How can a person tell if their front caliper, brake caliper, is starting to seize up? Well, I'm going to show you. If you, by chance, smell something funny when you're coming to a stop, your vehicle seems like, once you've stopped, the vehicle doesn't seem like it wants to roll freely at first, that's a good sign you're having a front brake caliper or a rear brake caliper seizing up on you. And one way to know for sure is you would want to get close to the front wheel. See, the caliper is inside here. But what happens is, because it's starting to seize up, so it's always applying brakes to the wheel itself, which creates a tremendous amount of friction, which builds up a tremendous amount of heat. And one way you can tell is if your rim is warm. Now, I don't recommend you touch it like this. You may burn yourself. So you might want to just feel it to see it. Keep your skin away from it to feel it. See if you can feel any heat coming from that. And if you don't feel any heat from it, well, then you can touch it a little bit better. And use the back of your hand so you can kind of go like this. You're not making a real direct contact. You're just kind of rubbing it gently, and you're going to be able to feel if it's warm or not. It should not be warm. So if it is warm, well, it could be warm, indicating that you are starting to have issues with your brake caliper. Now, this goes for any vehicle, whether they're single pistoned, double pistoned, triple pistoned. It don't really matter. That's how they work, and that's how they perform when they're starting to seize up. Now, if it's really, really hot, then you definitely have an issue. It's seizing up for sure. If it's just warm, well, it's starting to seize up, and it's going to get worse. So you need to basically overhaul the caliper, get a rebuild, or get a brand new one. And here's what a caliper itself looks like. This one here is a double piston. You can see it has the two pistons. Then your brake pad would be up against the set of pistons. Then your rotor would be up against your brake pad. And then you have an outer brake pad. And when that's starting to seize up, that's what happens. These are starting to get stuck. See, in this case here, it got so hot that the actual rubber melted. So this caliper here needs an overhaul. It's seized and no more good. Unusable the way it sits. And that's what happens when these are getting seized up. When you apply your brake pedal, and you push on your brake pedal, these do not release themselves like they're supposed to. These are supposed to release themselves, which makes your rotor be free in between your brake pads. When they do not release themselves, that means that they're keeping a pressure on your rotor and is creating a friction and is going to heat things up. And you can simply tell by just feeling, smelling. But again, do not touch the rim, because it may be very, very hot and it may burn you. Just get close to it. You should be able to smell it, especially it's after you've just parked it. It will be warm all right. And if you feel that heat and you can smell something funny, I can't explain the smell. It's a unique smell. But needless to say, when it's all working well and the way it's supposed to, your rim should not be warm to the touch. If it is, you're having a problem and you're going to want to get it fixed. Thank you for watching, and I hope this helps on somebody knowing if their brake caliper, whether it be rear or front, is starting to create problems. Subscribe if you would, please.